Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome to Space Engineers. Or rather, welcome to a buildy type video thing. Yeah, I know, that's specific, isn't it? I thought I'd do something a little bit different because I'm kind of curious about something. So, what I'm doing is building a kind of... Oh, that's the iron one, that's the hydrogen one. I'm building a kind of survival exploration ship with the idea being I want to create a craft that can go to places. Yes, I know that's very specific, isn't it? A craft that can go to places and act as a general kind of exploration vehicle for a survival game. It's not going to be that big. Well, it's going to be a large ship because that will have everything you need to act as a kind of vehicle. But it's not going to be super big. It's not going to be super complex. It's more like an explorer, like high-powered engines and yada 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 stuff like that. I need a reactor source. Where's the reactors? Big reactor. Yes, need bed bays. Cryo chamber, probably a good idea. Let's grab the batteries and solars. So the idea here is I'm going to make a kind of fully equipped ship for running around and just generally doing stuff. So it's like a mothership, I think is probably a good way to put it. Let's go power efficiency module and yield module and speed efficiency module and arc furnace. And did I grab the large cargo? I did not. And grab the large cargo, yes. And I've got conveyor tubes there. Okay, right. I should also grab light armor blocks so I can actually put things together a little bit. Right, okay. Let us begin then. I'll begin with... Let's start with the refineries. I think that's a really good idea. The refineries are big and bulky, so it's going to be a key part no matter what we do. Oh, and I didn't even select the refinery. I'm off to a great start, aren't I? Where's the things? That's the... Oh, I did select it. Never mind, don't mind me. Right, okay. So, let's build you here. Yes, indeed. Then we'll spin this next refinery around. Actually, we should do this when we're not facing the sun. That would help a lot. So, there we go. Back to the sun, so we can actually see what we're doing. That's what I want right there. And then hook this up. So I think 2 would be a good idea in terms of this. Let's actually engage the mirror mode. So I need to put it somewhere. Oh yeah, it's not working properly because these are the refinery blocks, of course. Well, I do want to put in some arc furnaces as well, so let's grab the arc furnaces then. No, wait, actually I want... Never mind. Take that one off. Then let's put in a triad of arc furnaces there. So it's actually got 3 of the things. And then I want the conveyor junction there. And I want the refinery module to be here. And then I can just spin it around so that'll hook straight into that. So there we go. So the idea is that ore will be coming from this direction. So this is where the primary storage will be, on this side here. And the drills will be down this way as well for any kind of ore harvesting, though it's not... I must stress this is not a mining craft, so there is that. But anything that can be worked on by the arc furnaces will wind up in the arc furnaces first, then it'll go on to the other refineries. Now let's actually get the mirror mode back up. I want a mirror there. Okay. How if I turned it on, wouldn't it? There we go. So, a couple of power efficiency modules. One on each. Then let's get... this is not meant to be like a harvesting ship, so its more yield will be more in line with what it's trying to do. So yield, and do we want the power efficiency? Actually, they don't really need much power anyway, so I think just flat out a treble yield, then to power and refinery things in the middle here. Arc furnaces are below, and that's a decent enough refinery section right there. And of course we want the primary storage things. Primary storage is going to be in the bottom here. I should get the conveyor and just quickly put it in here too. So I've got it right there. So, click. How do I want to do this actually? Click, click, conveyor junction, and then a pair of large storages, like that. Yeah, two is more than we're going to need, really, I would say. Two should definitely be more than enough. Then at the back here, I'm going to add in another bit of conveyor. Conveyor. Thing is, I'm also doing kind of an aesthetic build as well. So, you know, it's like I'm going to be trying to make this thing look nice as well. Where's the assembler? There's the assembler. Turn it sideways. And then this will be all about the speed. So these are high capacity assemblers being built right here. And they are meant to just be able to process many, many materials for the craft. So yeah, we've got a really decent industrial core right here, I think. It can harvest, sorry, it can't harvest, it can process at pretty high speeds, and it's got high-speed assembly / disassembly facilities as well. It's got two big storages, which is actually pretty decent. Just to be safe, let's add another 2. So there we go. It's now got 4. Probably a bit more than required, actually, but you know, can't have everything. And it's it will let it serve as like a minor cargo storage, because it's supposed to be like a long time out in the world by itself kind of thing. So if it's out in the world by itself, it's probably going to need to store stuff sooner or later. And having materials on hand is only ever a good thing, so yeah, let's do that. Right. Let's start adding in some flooring now. Okay, I can't attach it to there, but I can attach it to here, so I'll do that. Stretch it along. There we go, that's starting with a basic floor. Oh yeah, of course I can do grid mode like this, can't I? There we go. So now we've got the basic floor of the craft coming in. And the assemblers require their own flooring as well. And then this is going to be the back of the craft. This is going to be the front of the craft this way. We need a power source. Power equipment, power storage kind of thing. I'm thinking maybe let's just plug these in over here to yeah, just plug these things towards the back. I think would be a good idea. Let's pull them out of these conveyors. Yep, that is a connection on that side as well. Actually, the thing is that yeah, that'll be fine actually. give me a turn. And then give me a power reactor, like this. We want to, on a reactor, I always try to keep like some kind of access point. Because otherwise, well, it's always good to have like an emergency access to a reactor so that you can actually get into it and put in fuel manually if it's required. At least that's what I try to do. So there we go, that's all connected up. It's a bit crowded back here, but this is all engineering spaces after all, so it doesn't really matter too much. That means I'm going to have to expand these floors out a bit. Yeah, that'll do for that. That's an engineering space. There's going to be a wall here. So that's the front of this engineering section here, like that. Then we've got a bit of extra room around here, which I'm going to use for some supporting features. Just don't know why that... Oh, well, I accidentally built an additional thing. Okay. So yeah, there's some space here on either side of this assembly, either side of these refining arrays, to plug in some extra bits and bobs and doodads, which I'm going to use. Just turn off the mirror mode. I'm going to use first off to get a med bay. Let's find the med bay. We need a respawn point after all in this thing. It's meant to be an exploration craft. So we're going to install the med bay. Yeah, this looks fine. Install the med bay here like this. Then we need a full rig of conveyors, which is... I need to pull through there. Yep. And then there's that, so that's conveyor, conveyor, conveyor. That's got the med bay plumbed in, but I also want to plumb in along here as well. Like that. I'll pull that out, and then we will have a local oxygen tank, which will go into there. So that's connected to this entire array, with good reason, I might add, because I'm also going to use this as the cryo bays as well. So we're going to install the cryo bays around here. And there's going to be another bank of cryo bays up on top, like that. So there we go. And all of those, of course, are fully connected. So this craft can sleep up to 6 people. And there's also this med bay just down here for actual medical attention and stuff like that. We've got... I'll put in some catwalks in a little, but that's the basic shape of it, like that, because, of course, I worked out the basic shapes. Now, over here, on the other side, opposite, let's put in the rest of our primary oxygen system. So, oxygen generator. Let's put it like this. So there's 2 here, and then a couple of oxygen tanks as well. So those will function for that. That looks okay. And then, of course, we need to plumb it in. So plumbing. Get the conveyors. So like that. And just run them down here like this. That looks okay. Well, kind of. There's no direct access to the oxygen refineries, actually, so I should take that out. And then... those look kind of ugly, so I'm just going to cheat a little bit and have a second conveyor in like that. It doesn't do anything, but, you know. Yeah, it'll go somewhere. I think the raw conveyor blocks are a tiny bit ugly sometimes. Depends on how they get used. So instead, I'm going to put in a couple of junctions like this to hide that a little bit. So there we go. It does go through the conveyor, and that plugs in the oxygen system on the other side as well. So this thing has good oxygen reserves. It's got multiple oxygen tanks. It's got an oxygen tank here integrated with the storage section. Let's actually install a couple of batteries back here as well. So if this section somehow gets severed from the rest of the ship, the cryo bays will still be powered and oxygenated, so whoever's in them will have good chance of surviving, even if the rest of the ship comes to grief. So, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's a decent bit of shape for the core part of the craft. Let's go ahead and extend it outwards along here. Yeah, I think that's a decent length for it. Of course, at the back here is going to be like more equipment and stuff. So let's see. I want to get big hydrogen thrusters because there's going to be, of course, a hydrogen power system in here for better acceleration when required. Let's turn mirror mode back on, like that. How big should this be? Always the question, isn't it? Now we're going to need some multiple hydrogen storage tanks though. So, let's grab those. I don't want it to be plugged straight into here next to the assemblers. I want to actually give it a little bit of distance because hydrogen explosive. If something happens to it, I don't want it to go bang and take out the part assembly rigs. So I think 4, 5. Yeah, about to there looks okay. Let's get the hydrogen tanks themselves connected. So these will be the primary hydrogen tanks, just stored at the back, like that. That's all right. Then we want a bit of a bit more conveyor connecting it even further back. So of course we can still keep all this stuff separate. And then on the back we can put the big beefy hydrogen boosters. So there goes an array of massive hydrogen boosters on the back. In the middle where you want the big boosters. You want big boosters to be center of mass ideally, so you know. Actually we can separate those slightly. Yeah, let's separate those slightly. Have it look a tiny bit better. Where's the conveyors? Conveyors, 8. Right. Conveyor junction, that's fine. Conveyor junction, that's fine. Click, 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 click. Yeah, that seems okay. And then we can just plug it in straight to there and there. So the middle one's a slightly chain difference, but that gives a massive booster pack at the back, which is going to be very nice just for, you know, flat out acceleration in a straight line. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a hydrogen set if it didn't include like if it didn't include some kind of steering control as well. And we're going to include some more boosters here. So these are going to be the little guys, and these will provide some side thrust and forward thrust and things like that. Sorry, side thrust and vertical thrust. So a nice little collection of side boosters there, but not much. Not really. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice there. Okay. I'm happy with that in terms of a primary booster set. Of course we need a gyro set as well. Gyroscopes will be rigged up, I think, underneath this. Yeah, let's build them into the core of the ship. Let's build them underneath here. There we go. That's a full 30 gyros. Gives it a lot of turning force, should it require it. And that's going to be roughly centre of mass as well, because the craft is extending a bit in front of that. So that is looking okay. Where's the light blocks? Light blocks. Got a note, by the way, this is not really a combat craft, so it doesn't have much by way of endurance in terms of taking damage. It's not meant to. Not really. So there we go. That's going to be a little room under there holding all the gyroscopes. And it's also providing this little like belly for the craft kind of thing as well. So it's an underside mounted engineering area kind of thing. Okay, let's take out that. Let's get... I want the sloped blocks. Light armor sloping blocks, that's the one I'm after. Turn it down. Like that. Ooh, actually. I've just realised, because I'm now at that stage, let's actually go ahead and get mirror mode set a mirror mode set here as well, because this is what I'm working on. So there, that's where I want it, and that'll mirror up here because this part's symmetrical, so I can work it this way. I need to add... Oh wait, I need to toggle it off. There we go. Right. Add that. And that. And that's of course mirroring it to work on all sides. Yep, that's looking okay. And that can just sweep back to plug straight into that. So we've got a single line running all the way along here. The glass, well, I spoiled it, aren't I? Didn't I? I'm going to put some glass in here as well for general access kind of thing. Well, not general access, more like general appearance. General access. I don't know what I'm smoking. There we go. Just sloping it down here. But oh wait, of course, because the original core block is not actually present on the upper level. That's why that wasn't mirroring itself properly. So I should include that and get that sorted out as well. So I've got to rebuild this for the moment. Let's turn on my suit light so I can see a bit easier. There we go. Alright. Oh wait, that's not quite right, is it? I don't know, that's kind of like a more elegant solution there. Yeah, let's do it half and half then. Like that. So we can do it like that, and then we'll have this bigger one in the middle. Of course, this severed a couple of blocks down there because of how I did it. So there we go, getting it all nice and neat. Yeah, this is not meant to be all like unified and straight. I'm trying to make this at least somewhat interesting to look at. No, I think I want an outright slope here. Something like that. And do I want to slope it further? Well, this is going to be a zero gravity section as well, so I might as well. I might put gravity generators in the rest of it, but not this part. This part's not meant to have it. There we go. So yeah, kind of like a bracing like that. Looks kind of weird, that part though. So I kind of want to change that a little bit, but I'll have to wait until I get the rest of the bits in. Otherwise they'll just drift off, and then I'll waste a little bit of time. So there we go. Put those in. Put those in. Yeah, the problem is I'm connecting a really thin piece to it, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just recreate the shape. Okay, didn't accept that, that's absolutely fine. Put these back in here, and there we go, we've got some nice rounded angular edges. Yeah, rounded and angular, yes, I know what I'm talking about. We need the solid blocks to go into here. Where's the solid block? There's solid blocks, put solid blocks into that. And then from there, this will also mirror that approach as well. Except that because it comes from a slightly different place, it needs to be sorted out like that. There we go. That's starting. Yeah, we got that bigger edge installed, which can't really be helped. And then we're going to get some glass. Where's some glass? 1x1 slope. Oh, that also includes the 2x1 slopes. Okay. And then we want the 1x1 slopes. There we go. So, not almost what I'm looking for. Let's take that out and modify it like that. So it's more rounded. And of course it also matches the actual shape of the outer edges. Admittedly, this has done nothing for durability, but hey, this is also partly about appearance, isn't it? So, you know. Got this nice rounded bit at the back here, which houses the primary hydrogen tanks. It's got some flat surface on top, probably had a couple of defensive guns on there, but this is shaping up quite nicely into an Explorer-style craft. At least I think so. I think it's shaping up okay. Let's go for the more shallow slopes then. There we go. So the entire rear booster section is getting a bit rounded in there, but it's fitting in okay. It's very obviously though a mechanical style assembly, built with just flat out built to be functional above all else. Oh wait, I need to connect you to that one. There we go. Oh wait, that's a half block. I wanted a full block. Because I'm also trying to make this thing at least airtight as well. Zero gravity does not mean open to vacuum, oddly enough. I know, it's one of those little things, but hey, can't be helped sometimes, can it? Then let's extend you guys out there, so that's again solidifying this entire place. And sadly, this is not going to be a fast build, is it? I'm slipping into my usual habit of not building overly quickly. Oh well, that's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out, to be quite honest. And so I don't mind spending more time trying to build it, you know? Right, that's 2 rounded corners, so let's find an inverted, put it there. And that's going to have to be a pure square, so is that one, so is that one. Yeah, it looks very rough and ready, that, but it does look very functional / industrial as well. Like it's actually a proper kind of exploration style craft. I think we need some kind of angle piece in here, though. What kind? Ooh, I know. Let's grab light armor corner piece. I need the small one first to anchor the entire darn thing. Then we get the entire back piece like that. So there we go, that adds some more angling to it. That interior bit's exposed, and that is absolutely fine that way. It's a piece of machinery, end of the day. It's meant to be like that. So yeah, that looks pretty darn nice actually, I like it. Of course it's not going to be airtight, that's kind of a given at the moment. Because these guys are not airtight blocks. So, very quickly, let's go ahead and build these out a bit. And then we can actually use the window blocks to secure this, I believe. No, that's the angle window. I want the flat window. Where's the flat window? There we go, 1 by 1 flats. Give me a... No, I want 2 on. Oh, that's a 7. There it is. Right. Maybe? That will secure this spot, but I think I want the regular one so it's darker for how we look at it from in here. Yeah, that looks okay. So these are protected from casual access. We've got the windows going through here. We've got the primary hydrogen storage tank in this, which is going to be a sealed off area, slightly separated from the rest of the ship. It's going to have better connections than this, but it's still very much a work in progress. I think, yeah, let's drag this through right now. Turn off mirror mode. Conveyor junction it so it passes securely through the floor. Then we'll have a corner, and this will be the other pipe connecting to the hydrogen system, like back there. And sadly, I'm going to have to end the video there because I was thinking like making something inside half an hour, but as usual I'm spending more time just building something. So yeah, at least we've made some decent progress. There is that. What was it, F9? No, I've forgotten how to turn my HUD off. But yeah, we made some decent progress. We've got power, we've got storage, we've got refining, we've got medical facilities, we've got oxygen systems, we've got part production, we've got main hydrogen storage tanks, we've got rear hydrogen booster assembly, and stuff like that. So yeah, this is starting to take shape. But sadly, I'm going to have to end it there and continue in a separate video. Oh well, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and looking at me building the start of a exploration style craft. It's actually bigger than I was planning, but hey, what can you do? Not much. Yeah, thanks for watching and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later.